John here, Autograph Fishman, and here is another episode of Remember That Show. This is when I go into our past and pull out a show that we all remember. This one, I'm not going too far into our past, but it's still a Canadian classic, and that is Corner Gas. Corner Gas is a Canadian television sitcom created by Brent Butt. The series ran for 6 seasons from 2004 to 2009. Reruns still air on CTV, CTV2, CTV Comedy Channel, Much, MTV, and E, and are streaming on Crave and Amazon Prime. The series was followed by a feature film titled Corner Gas the Movie, with the entire cast reprising their roles. The film was released for a limited theatrical run in December 2014. Deriving its name from the roadside gas station in the fictional town Dog River, Saskatchewan, Corner Gas is the only gas station for 60 kilometers in any direction. Brent Leroy runs the station, which was formerly owned by his father, Oscar. Wanda Dollard works at the station convenience store as retail assistant. An adjoining coffee shop, The Ruby, is owned by Lucy Burrows, who inherited it from her Aunt Ruby. The series completed its run following broadcast of its 6th season on April 13th, 2009, with a total of 107 episodes. The show averaged 1 million viewers per episode. Corner Gas received 6 Gemini Awards and was nominated for almost 70 times for various awards. On April 6, 2009, Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall signed a proclamation that declared April 13, 2009 Corner Gas Day in Saskatchewan. Production of an animated adaptation, Corner Gas Animated, was announced December 2016 and premiered on the Comedy Network on April 2, 2018, featuring the complete original cast voicing their original characters, save for Jamet Wright, who died in November 2016, the month prior to the announcement. The role of Emma voiced in the animated version by actress Courtney Koslow. The series was created by Canadian comedian Brent Butt, who imagined what life might be like if he had remained in a small Saskatchewan town rather than pursuing stand-up comedy. He originally developed the storyline for CTV and Comedy Network. Corner Gas references many topics about Canadian identity, often ironically. The show focuses on the lifestyle of a small town folk. Though set in a small town in Saskatchewan, its stories are not only about Saskatchewan or Canada, but rather the day-to-day interactions of the residents of Dog River. Corner Gas was produced by CTV and Perry Pants Productions. Perry Pants Production is a company assembled by Brent Butt, Virginia Thompson, and 335 Productions. It is a partnership between Brent Butt and Dave Story. At the Canadian Network, Michelle Daly is the Director of Content, and Ed Robinson is the President and General Manager. At CTV Inc., Suzanne Boyce is the President, Creative Content and Channels, and again, Ed Robinson is Exclusive Vice President, Programming. Brent Butt was the driving force as creator, writer, showrunner, exclusive producer, actor, and occasionally director of the show. Paul Mather Mark Farrell, Brent Butt, Andrew Cartwright, Robert Sheridan, Noam Hissel, Darren Ritz, and Gary Pearson all contributed to writing the series. David Story, Mark Farrell, Robert D. Lunt, Jeff Beasley, and Brett Butt provided direction in the programming. Corner Gas was filmed entirely in Saskatchewan. The interior shots were filmed at Canada's Saskatchewan Production Studios in Regina. All the outdoor scenes and all the scenes that take place in the gas station were filmed on location in Rouleau, a small town on Highway 39 between Moose Jaw and Rayburn. The grain elevator was repainted to read Red Dog instead of Rouleau. However, the water tower still reads Rouleau, with post-production effects used to repaint it to Dog River. In the first season, episode Grad 68, Regina is known as the city in Corner Gas. On September 28, 2014, the building that was used as a food market, the local grocery store, was destroyed in a fire. On November 4th, 2016, the set that was used for both Corner Gas and the Ruby was demolished due to the foundation sinking. The structures erected in 2003 as set pieces were not originally built to last long, but in the following years they had become a tourist attraction. In summer 2021, the police station building collapsed and the debris was removed. On November 5th, 2021, the grain elevator burned to the ground. Each episode of the Corner Gas is written following a specific formula. 2 or 3 storylines are presented in each show. The main storyline usually opens and closes the episode, and most of the time driven by a singular character. The secondary plots are somewhat slightly intertwined with the other stories. The Corner Gas opening sequence following a cold open. The opening theme music, Not a Lot Going On, was written by Craig Northey of the rock band Odds and Jesse Valina of the rock band Gin Blossoms, while the closing theme, My Happy Place, was written by Northey and performed by the Odds. Corner Gas is the only gas station for 60 kilometers in any direction. Brent Leary is the operator of the station, and Wanda Dollard works at the station convenience store as a retail assistant. An adjoining diner, the Ruby, is owned by Lucy Abreuros, who inherited it from her aunt Ruby and moved to Dog River from Toronto. Brent's parents, Oscar Lurie and Emma Lurie, are lifetime residents of Dog River. Dog River Police Force, consisting entirely of veteran Davis Crinton and rookie Karen Pelly, keep the peace in a small town, a very simple task, and the officers have an abundance of free time. Finally, Brent's best friend, Hank Yobo, who is constantly unemployed, spends his time hanging out with Dog River's residents and drinking coffee, for which he really pays at the Ruby. The first episode of Corner Gas aired January 22nd, 2004, and attracted 1.5 million viewers. The first season consists of 13 episodes. Less than 2 months after the first episode aired, CTV renewed it for a second season of 18 episodes. But main co-writers were This Hours Has 22 Minutes writers Mark Farrell, Paul Mathers, Kevin Wright, and Andrew Carr. As broadcast of the fourth season finale approached, there was a flurry of news reports suggesting that the series was coming to an unexpected end. Based upon plot details and wording of a CTV press release issued on March 6, 2007, that implied the series finale would air on March 12, 2007. Two segments of production footage with the code circulated on YouTube as immediate dispute the show continued success in Canada and resistant US sale. On March 7, 2007, CTV clarified its press release saying it was a season finale. And on March 13, 2007, CTV confirmed an order for 19 episode 5th season, which premiered September 24th, 2007. On April 10th, 2008, as production of the 6th season began, but announced via press release that he and his production company, Beret Pants, had decided to conclude production of the series after the 6th season, with the final episode airing on CTV was a very difficult decision and one I had to make. CTV made it clear that they were keen to do more seasons. I wanted to exit gracefully on top of our game. The show's final episode aired April 13th, 2009, airing in simulcast on CTV, the Comedy Network, and A. The episode attracted 2,914,000 viewers on terrestrial television, and an additional 235,000 on Comedy Network, for a total of viewership of 3,114,000 viewers. The surnames of all the main characters and some recurring characters on the show are names of small towns in Saskatchewan: Burroughs, Dollard, Humboldt, Jensen, Kinstro, Leroy, Pally, Clinton, Ramashan, and Yabo. Brent Herbert Leroy, played by Brent Butt, is a comic book reading, sarcastic operator of corner gas. He is always good-natured, but has a tendency to fixate on minor details. He is a fan of adventure fiction, such as The Saint in New York. His favorite food is chili cheese dogs, to the point where he can actually identify individual ingredients by taste. Brent is adept at many sports such as curling, hockey, softball. His favorite football team are the Saskatchewan Roughriders and Minnesota Vikings. He and Hank have been friends since childhood, and Brent often makes fun of Hank's stupidity. As of season 5 finale, Brent is 40 years old and was born on November 6. Brent is said to be the hottest guy in Dog River, although other characters on the show acknowledge this faint praise. He is also Dog River's table hockey champion, using to dump it into the corner style of play. It is implied that he and Lacey Burroughs have feelings for each other, although neither will admit it or act upon it. After the end of the series, he went to fulfill his dream of fly fishing in the Yukon while looking to wrestle a bear. It was revealed in Corner Gas the movie that he and Lacey entered into a romantic relationship 3 years after the end of the series. Lucy Burroughs, played by Gabrielle Miller, took over the previously unnamed coffee shop in Dog River after her aunt's death and renamed it the Ruby in her honor. Originally from Toronto, she is always trying to fit into small town life with mixed often disastrous results. She is a terrible liar, quick to jump to conclusions, a poor winner, and thinks everybody has a crush on her, and frequently exhibits insecurities and regret about her path her life has taken. She has also expressed frustrations at being unable to find a stable guy to date in Dog River. She considers herself a sweetheart and secretly believes that she alone of the town's women deserves the Woman of Distinction award. She is also knowledgeable when it comes to hockey, coaching Dog River's hockey team, the Dog River Dogs. It's implied that she and Brent have feelings for each other. In season 5, Karen describes Lacey as too upbeat, overly facetious, and needy, same old Lassie. Her fashion sense trends toward the real-in. This was mocked in the episode Doc Small, in which she welcomes a doctor from even smaller town, and she is shocked by Lacey's top, which is actually one of her more conservative tops. After the series end, she opened a second Ruby in Waltron, but the local health inspectors quickly shut it down. Richard Henry Yober, or better known as Hank, played by Frank Enrique, is Brent's perpetually unemployed best friend. He often hangs out at Corner Gas talking to Brent and constantly borrows money from other characters and rarely pays them back. He has worked a range of jobs, from census worker to crossing guard to city accountant, never being able to hold down or stay focused in one for too long. He expressed a goal of working as a rodeo clown. His mother lives in Saskatoon, and his favorite foods are grape pop rocks and pickles. Hank is quite childish, doing things such as going to see an adventure movie designed for 6-year-olds 4 times in 1 week. He is shown to have a lot of interest in the CFL, most notably the Saskatchewan Roughriders. In a Christmas-themed episode, it is revealed that as a hockey fan, he likes the Vancouver Canucks. Despite his village idiot routine, Hank actually has experience in many physical and maintenance activities, including auto maintenance, gardening, knitting, woodworking, plumbing, making him something of a jack of all trades. After the series concluded, he continued to remain awesomely unemployed. Wanda Dollard, played by Nancy Robertson, is a quirky cashier at Corner Gas and the self-professed smartest person in the town. She was born on April 16, 1968. Wanda has a sarcastic, casual personality and enjoys lording her knowledge over others. She is a single mother of a 6-year-old, on screen only briefly on an episode Oh Baby. It's implied Hank is Tanner's father. When Wanda is approached about this, she tries to laugh it off, but doesn't deny it outright. Tanner is portrayed as a living nightmare for babysitters, and is a handful for his mother, doing things like putting peanut butter up her nose while she is sleeping. Accused of being a know-it-all, Wanda is also one of the very few Dog River residents who has gone to university. She holds a degree in linguistics with a minor in comparative religion, but took classes in many other subjects. Despite her extensive education, she considers her job at Corner Gas a privilege. Like Brent and Hank, Wanda grew up in Dog River. After the end of the series, she pursued a PhD in theoretical physics, though she still works at Corner Gas, applied with a pay raise. Oscar Leroy, played by Eric Patterson, is Brent's grouchy, stubborn, elderly stereotype father. He's the founder of Corner Gas. His all-purpose word, jackass, during the course of the live-action series, he says it 90 times. He often demands the Dog River police arrest everyone who annoys him. He frequently points it out to the government workers. My taxes pay your salary. He tends to say, holy hell, in accounting new or surprising things. He rivals Hank in the brain capacity and ability to make mistakes, and the two are often seen scheming together. Oscar likes to show his handiwork around the house, but usually makes things worse when he tries to fix things. When Brent suggests selling Corner Gas to a huge company, Oscar replies, how dare you? How dare you keep the pump and go people waiting? Sell it now! Showing he didn't love his old job. This, however, was only a part of Hank's fantasy sequence and may not correctly reflect Oscar's actual sentiment. Emma Leroy, played by Janet Wright, is Brent's mother, the brains and muscle of the family. She and Oscar squabble constantly, and she usually ends up having to deal with the fallout from his actions, which she usually makes worse. Though he embarrasses and annoys her, she does truly love him. She has also found letting go of Brent difficult, and reacts badly when someone else appears to replace her in some aspect of his life. Her main hobbies are knitting, crocheting, and gardening, and she is active in many of the town's committees. She has also been shown to possess great strength, being able to hurl a cinder block at a skunk across the yard with little effort. Other characters often seek her advice. She has a quick-tempered, cunning, demeaning personality. After the end of the series, she remained married to Oscar despite doctor's orders. Sergeant Davis Quinton, played by Lauren Colorado, is Dog River's oversensitive First Nation Cree senior police officer. He has a habit of misspending the police budget, napping on the job, and making up laws as he goes along, having never actually read the police manual. Due to the low crime rate in Dog River, he does not take his job very seriously. He is obsessed with Cosmopolitan magazine, retro TV, classic cartoon shows, and is a science fiction fan. He believes that the original Battlestar Galactica may have actually happened. His catchphrase is a enthusiastic, alright. He is a fan of the Saskatchewan Prairie Fire. Davis once competed in rhythmic gymnastics. He also has a collection of original Hardy Boys books. He is unable to make coffee, but is unwilling to tell anyone. When he was a baby, his mother left him to join a band. For a long time he thought their cleaning lady was his mum. At the end of season 5, Davis is said to be 46 years old. He was also seen as a police officer in Dog River in 1986. He lost his sense of smell after being hit on the head as a child and regains it after falling from a ladder trying to rescue a cat from Leroy's tree. Davis is divorced, but after the end of the series, he eventually remarries. Constable Karen Pelly, played by Tara Spencer Narn, is Dog Rivers' ambitious stickler for the rules junior officer. She is a very good cook, but does not like bringing it up, for fear it will stereotype her. She does not want to admit it, but she does not know how to ride a bike. She is also at least 10 years younger than most of the other characters, turning 30 in the sixth season. Karen possesses a variety of skills, including cooking, martial arts, drums, drawing, and table hockey. But when she wins a raffle in the sixth season, she says it's her first time ever winning anything. She tends to take her police position very seriously, unlike her partner Davis, and treats even the most minor problem officially. On the occasion when she mentioned to Davis that she feels she has a good lead on a cold case, he stares at her dumbfoundedly and asks, "Why?" Karen frequently becomes annoyed with Davis' willingness to obey the mayor in everything he bends the rules. They differ greatly on their views of what a police officer should portray. On one occasion, Karen states that a police officer should be respected by the community, to which Davis actually replies, "Who said that?" Many episodes see them engaged in petty disputes and going to great lengths to one-up each other. Despite their differences, Karen and Davis get along well, although don't spend much time together outside of work. In the episode Hook, Line, Sinker, Karen goes fishing with Hank and is seduced by his sexy fish talk. After the end of the series, she falls in love and marries In Corner Gas the movie, Karen's husband is said to be a soldier stationed off the Mediterranean coast, and they are expecting their first child. Several notable Canadian celebrities and politicians appear as guest stars or in cameo roles on Corner Gas. Some celebrities make the trip to Ralino or Regina sets to film their appearances. Others were filmed in the applicable locations. For example, scenes involving cast members of Canadian Idol and Canada AM were filmed at the location of their own studios. The guest stars vary very much, and there are so many that if I tell you all of them, it's going to be an hour episode. In A Littlest Yarborough, a short-lived fire department consisting of two firefighters, David and Carl, both showing remarkable similarities to Davis and Karen respectively, was made by the mayor when volunteer fire chief decided to sleep as opposed to responding to a fire. The volunteer system was remade after Hank, Davis, and Oscar lit an uncontrollable leaf fire, and the fire department did not respond as they were chasing a stray dog. Fritzy saw Davis in the aftermath as the only first responder there and gave him the new title of Chief Volunteer Fire Department. In the summer of 2006, the cast of Corner Gas presented a fundraising benefit for Regina's Globe Theatre called Corner Gas Live, in which the cast presented a live episode of the TV series. The popularity of the sitcom caused such a rush for tickets that the Globe Theatre's online ticket sales system briefly went down as a result. Another benefit was held during the summer of 2007. Corner Gas has won a variety of awards since it started as a series in January 2004, including 9 Canadian Comedy Awards and 6 Gemini Awards. There is so much more information on Corner Gas that I just couldn't include due to the fact if I did, this would be like a 2-hour episode. So, if you would like to see part 2 of Corner Gas in a future episode, let me know in the comments. It would be great. Also, if you happen to have any suggestions on future shows that you would like me to cover, put those in the comments as well. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Remember That Show. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.